Banana, banana, and banana once again. What's up, 23% Nation? This is your man, Coach D. Guys, today I'm back with fruit of the day, the one and only banana. So maybe you love them, maybe you hate them, maybe, just maybe, you think bananas are bad for you. Interesting. Well, whatever the case may be, please listen on. Why? Because we're about to dive into the wonderful world of the banana. All right, first up, just a little bit of background information. Bananas are believed to be first grown and eaten in parts of Southeast Asia and Papua New Guinea thousands of years ago, sometime around 5000 BC. However, India, Uganda, and China are considered the three biggest exporting nations of bananas today. So what does that tell us? Chances are, if you love bananas, much like myself, then chances are it came from one of those three nations: India, Uganda, or China. Lastly, today the Cavendish banana is the most common type of banana sold. Now, yes, depending on what type of grocery store or farmer's market you shop at, you probably notice several different varieties of bananas. But just to let you know, the Cavendish banana is the most popular. All right, it's time to dive into a few fun facts. While it's ideal to eat as much organically grown food as you can, bananas are one of the fruits that are thought to contain less harmful pesticides than some other fruits. This is because bananas are enclosed in a thick peel. Once again, if you love bananas, you know all about the peel. This helps block them from absorbing many of the harsh chemicals and toxins that are sprayed on crops. They are also grown high up in the trees where they are generally safe from rodents, animals, and certain bugs. So hey, let's give the rodents, the other animals, and bugs a little bit of love. They have to eat too, right? As such, they are sprayed less with pesticides and herbicides than any other food. Well, that's definitely good to know. Now, take a look at our picture. Here, under Fun Facts, I want to distinguish slightly the difference between a banana and a plantain. Now, for those of us who love plantains, well, I believe this information can help you out just a little bit. So let's talk about the banana versus a plantain. Not only are they closely related, but they also look alike. Once again, take a look at the picture. They share common nutrient profiles and contain several of the same important vitamins and minerals in each serving. Now, aside from the physical difference, there is a slightly nutritional difference as well. For instance, plantains contain a little more starch simply because it's a larger fruit than your bananas. But other than that, they are pretty much the same. So for those of us who are eating bananas, well, essentially you're eating a plantain. For those of us who love plantains, essentially you're eating a banana. All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, just a little fun facts about the one and only banana. All right, now it's time to talk about the not so fun facts. Because bananas contain a relatively high amount of sugar and carbohydrates, yet practically no banana protein or healthy fats, they can quickly spike blood sugar levels. This is a problem for anyone who has a form of insulin resistance, including those who are pre-diabetic or have diabetes. Therefore, bananas make a great snack for most, but not all. It's best to slice and dehydrate your bananas yourself whenever possible. Many quote-unquote chips you buy at a store, also known as Corolla banana chips, are often fried with hydrogenated oils that negate any of the potential banana nutrition benefits. So let's talk about this just a little more. So ultimately what they're saying is that yes, bananas are very nutritious. However, they lack protein and they also lack healthy fats, which means that once ingested, they help to spike your blood sugar levels. which is not a good thing for anyone who has any type of diabetes condition. Also, you gotta watch out for those fried banana chips that you see in most grocery stores. Yes, they may look good, yes, they may smell good, and even taste good, but technically they're not good for the body. You have to understand that they are fried in hydrogenated oils, which basically means that these uh, fried chips are a good source of trans fats, which do absolutely nothing good for the human body. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the not so fun facts about bananas. Now, before we move to our next slide, take a look at the picture. I thought this would be a good opportunity for you to see the different stages of ripeness when it comes to bananas. As you can see, you have an underripe banana, you have a barely ripe banana, you have the ripe ones, you have the very ripe, and lastly, you have the overripe. Okay? Now, because I really do enjoy bananas, I have to say that my two favorite stages of ripeness will probably be barely ripe and ripe. Once I start seeing the brown spots, I get a little turned off. And that means that they are perfect for a smoothie. That's right. So for those of us who love bananas, consider eating them either in a smoothie, okay, or on their own. All right, guys, let's dive into the 520 rule. Basically, the 520 rule is all about food labels. Yes, food labels. As a matter of fact, it's a guide. It's a guide that lets you know whether or not a food item is a good source or not a good source of any particular nutrient. Now, when we talk about the 520 rule, specifically we're talking about percent daily value, abbreviated percent DV. Now, take a look at our diagram. As you can see, the percent daily value column is highlighted in lavender. Now, we also have a few nutrients that are highlighted in yellow, and then we also have a few nutrients that are highlighted in light blue. So, let's dive a little deeper. When it comes to the 520 rule, it's basically a spectrum. We have a low side of the spectrum, and then we have a high end of the spectrum, right? So, if a food item offers a very low percentage of a particular nutrient, that it's considered not a good source. If it's on the higher end of the spectrum, meaning a higher percentage, then it is considered a good to excellent source. Now, referring back to our food label, let's talk about the nutrients that are highlighted in yellow, such as total fat, saturated fat, trans fats, cholesterol, and sodium. Here's the thing about those nutrients. Because they do a really good job at promoting disease within the body temple, you always want to make sure that those percentages are on the lower end of the scale. When we talk about nutrients that are highlighted in blue, such as fiber, vitamins, and minerals, well, you want to be sure that those percentages are on the higher end of the scale. Why? Because they actually help to prevent disease and they promote wellness. Now, to be a little more specific about the 520 rule, if a food item offers anywhere from 0% to 9% DV, then it is considered not a good source of that particular nutrient. If the food item offers 10% to 19% DV of any particular nutrient, then it is considered a good source of that nutrient. Lastly, if the food item offers 20% DV or higher, then it is considered an excellent source of that particular nutrient. So, when you look at the nutrients that are in yellow, you want to make sure that they're between 0% to 9%. When you look at the nutrients that are in blue, well, those you want to make sure that the food item offers at least 10%. 20% or higher is ideal. So there you have it, guys. Just a little bit of information about the 520 rule. All right, now that we're familiar with the 520 rule, let's talk about the nutrition facts of bananas. Now, for today's lecture, we're simply going to say that one serving is equivalent to a medium-sized banana. So in this medium-sized banana, here's what we're going to get. About 105 calories, 27 grams of carbohydrates, 1.3 grams of protein, only 0.4 grams of fat, 3.1 grams of dietary fiber, which is always a good thing. Next up is vitamin B6 coming in at 22% DV, right? So it's an excellent source. Vitamin C comes in at 17% DV, so it's a good source of vitamin C. Manganese comes in at 16% DV, so it's a good source of manganese. Next up is potassium, coming in at 12% DV, so yes, bananas are a good source of potassium. Next up is magnesium, coming in at only 8% DV, so it's not a good source of magnesium. Next up is folate, only coming in at 6% DV, so it's not a good source of folate. Then we have riboflavin, which is one of our B vitamins, coming in at only 5% DV, so unfortunately bananas are not a good source of riboflavin. Next up is copper, coming in at only 5% DV, so unfortunately bananas aren't necessarily a good source of copper. Then we have niacin, only 4% DV, so bananas are not a good source of niacin. Next up is pantothenic acid, which is another B vitamin, coming in at only 4% DV. So unfortunately, bananas are not a good source of pantothenic acid. And lastly is phosphorus, coming in at only 3% DV. So once again, bananas are not a good source of phosphorus. Now, there are some nutrients that are highlighted in yellow, right? And I will definitely address those nutrients in more detail in a little while. All right, now it's time to dive into the health benefits. But before we do, Coach D wants to drop just a little bit of extra knowledge on you this morning. Guys, here's something that we have to understand when it comes to our bodies and when it comes to our health. We have to discuss the principle of cause and effect, which some of us may know as one of the 7 Hermetic principles. Now, this principle simply states that every cause has its effect and every effect has its cause. There is no such thing as chance and or luck. In other words, everything happens for a reason, right? So when we talk about the health benefits of bananas, well, believe it or not, the health benefits are the effects. As a matter of fact, the nutrition facts or the nutrient content of the bananas are the actual causes. That's right. So here's the thing. If you want to be healthy, you have to create health. If you want to be diseased, well, you have to create it. So let's focus on health. Let's focus on wellness by causing it to happen. So the best way to get these health benefits is to put the correct nutrients in your body. Now, when you do that, simply by eating a banana, this is what happens. Number 1, it boosts your energy levels. That's right. Remember, bananas have lots and lots of carbohydrates. So for those of us who are looking for a great pre-workout meal or maybe even a post-workout meal, bananas are ideal. Next up, bananas, they lower your blood pressure. It improves digestive health. Remember, bananas have fiber, right? Also, it enhances your mood. That's right. So for those of us who are feeling a little down and you want a mental and emotional pick-me-up, it's simple. Eat a banana. Also, bananas are an affordable, convenient, and healthy snack. That's right, guys. Always remember this. Bananas are perfectly eaten raw. That's right. No processing, no cooking, no preparation is required, right? So if you love bananas, carry one around with you. Also, banana slows down the aging process. That's right. Did you know that bananas actually have antioxidants in them? Well, if you didn't, now you know. Antioxidants are amazing chemicals that are produced within the body and also in other fruits and vegetables that help to slow down the aging process. Also, bananas promote weight loss. That's right. Remember, they're very low in calories. So if you're looking for a quick snack, then go ahead and chow down on a banana. Also, bananas improve kidney function and they help lower the risk of heart attacks and strokes. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Just a few health benefits about the one and only banana. All right, now it's time to talk about food. That's right, guys, plant foods. Now, let's pay just a little more attention to our go-to website for everything vegan. Say hello to forksoverknives.com. And by the way, don't forget to watch the movie. It's amazing. So as usual, I went to the website, did just a little bit of research, and look at what I found. Two amazing banana dishes. Oh, and did I mention they were vegan dishes? Well, first up, we have banana pancakes. Take a look at the picture. Looks amazing. Now, for those of you who don't know, Coach D loves pancakes and bananas too. So why not mix the two together? And our second vegan banana recipe is entitled Banana Blueberry Bars. Take a look at that picture. Looks delicious, yes. Now here's the thing. If you are inclined to make either of these recipes, here's what you got to do. Go to the description box and click on the links. That's right, I'm providing you with a direct link to each of these recipes. Now, once you get to the website, which is forksoverknives.com, you're going to notice a lot of information. They're going to give you the ingredient list, they're going to give you the instructions, as well as the cooking time. So basically, forksoverknives.com is going to provide you with everything you need in order for your dishes to be successful. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Please check out forksoverknives.com. All right, 23% Nation, I hear you. A lot of you say, Coach D, I really appreciate the fun facts and the not so fun facts. I even enjoyed the health benefits. But what I really want to know is, when should I eat more bananas? Well, 23% Nation, the perfect day, and I do mean the perfect day to eat more bananas, is Nature Day. What? Nature Day. That's right, guys, Nature Day. Nature Day happens to be the first day of the 23% challenge. Now, for those of you who've been living under a rock and you know nothing about the 23% challenge, well, it's a monthly 7-day wellness program that is designed to help improve your health, your wealth, your relationships. Oh, and by the way, it also helps us save planet Earth. Now, here's the thing about the challenge, is that it is the first 7 days of every single month, the first through the 7th. Now, Nature Day is the first day of the challenge, which simply means that Nature Day happens to be the first day of every single month. So whether it's October 1st, May 1st, or even February 1st, it's always Nature Day. Okay, so maybe you want to learn a little more about Nature Day. Maybe your interest has been piqued. Well, guys, for those of us who are interested in Nature Day, it's all about getting closer to nature. Now, yes, there are lots of different things you can do to get closer to nature. You can go take a nature walk. You can go swim in the ocean. You can even go to a petting zoo and get close to the animals, right? But what I'm proposing is that we get closer to nature by simply eating it. That's right, guys. It's time to eat more plants. As a matter of fact, that's our 3-word mantra. Eat more plants. Now, perhaps you are thinking about eating more plants, or maybe you're the type of person who wants to transition to a more whole food plant-based diet, right? Well, if that's you, then today I want to offer you 3 avenues that can definitely help you eat more plants. First, let's talk about becoming a 3% vegan. Now, what does that mean? It simply means that you choose one day out of an entire month to eat only plant foods and drink only water. Now, the next type is a 13% vegan, which basically translates to you only eating plant foods and drinking only water only 4 days out of an entire month. Now, that could be the first 4 days of the month, which I suggest, or you could do one day per month, providing the month has 4 weeks in it. Lastly is a 23% vegan. Now, technically, that's what Coach D is. That's right, guys. I consider myself to be a 23% vegan. Now, what does that mean? It means that for the first 7 days of every single month, I am a strict vegan, meaning I only eat from the 5 food groups of plant foods. That's right. So, what are they? Well, all fruits, all vegetables and herbs, all nuts and seeds, all legumes, meaning beans and peas, and all whole grains. And of course, the only beverage that I drink is good old water. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Now you know exactly what Nature Day is all about. Okay, now perhaps you are really interested and you want to try to become a 3% vegan, 13% vegan, or 23% vegan. So what I want to offer you now are a few of Coach D's tips. Why? Because I want you to have a successful Nature Day. So tip number 1, go to your local grocery store. Now, the purpose of you going to the grocery store is to hang out in 2 places. Number 1 is going to be the produce section. Why? Because that's where all of your fresh plant foods are located. And then the second place that you may want to visit is the freezer aisle. That's right, guys. Believe it or not, frozen plant foods can be as nutritious as their fresh counterparts. Now, the second tip that I want to offer you today is to go visit a local farmer's market. Now, if you don't know where one is, just do a quick Google search, farmers markets near me, and Google will give you your desired results within less than half of a second. Now, yes, there are some advantages to shopping at a farmer's market as opposed to your grocery store. Here are a few of those advantages. Number 1, because the food is grown locally, that simply means that there's less transportation time. Less transportation time equates to a savings to the farmer, which then that savings is passed on to you. It also means that the food is sprayed with fewer chemicals, meaning pesticides and herbicides, right? Because there's less transportation time. So ultimately, the food is going to be fresher. And also, farmers markets only purchase or only allow organic foods to be sold at their markets. So if you're looking for great organic produce, then the farmer's market is definitely the place to be. My third tip is to go back to your local grocery store, but this time rather than go to the freezer aisle or to the produce section, let's walk on over to the prepared dishes section. Now the reason why I'm suggesting this is because some of us may complain that we don't have time to cook or that we don't know how to cook plant foods. Well, a shoemaker to his shoes. Allow someone else to cook plant foods for you. That's right. So walk on over to the prepared dishes section. It may also be known as the kitchen. Talk to the person behind the counter and ask them if they have any vegan options. Now, providing they do, just ask for a quick taste sample. They'll give it to you. Taste it. Hopefully you like it, and then purchase it by the pound or maybe even 2 pounds. My last tip for you to have a successful Nature Day is for you to go visit and of course eat at a vegan restaurant. That's right, guys, vegan restaurants exist. As a matter of fact, they're everywhere. Okay? So perhaps you don't know where one is. Well, all you have to do is do a quick Google search. Just type in vegan restaurants near me. And within less than half of a second, Google will give you your desired results. Now, there are lots of good reasons to visit a vegan restaurant. Number 1, you're supporting the wellness community. And number 2, vegan restaurants hire vegan chefs who know exactly how to combine plant foods to give you the most nutritious, delicious dishes. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 4 quick tips to help make your Nature Day successful. All right, it's time for our question of the day. It comes from yours truly and the rest of the 23% nation. We have inquiry minds, so we want to know, are bananas bad for you? Whether you think they are or aren't, Please write your answer in the comment box below. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. I definitely want to thank you for listening. As always, let's eat well, feel well, think well, do well, be well. This is your man, Coach D. Now, before I sign off, I got to ask you to please subscribe, like, and share the video, especially if you love bananas. And don't forget to use our 3-word mantra. It's hashtag eat more plants. As stated before, my name is Coach D. I'm signing off. Always remember, take care, God bless, and never ever forget that Coach D loves you.